No, on Finance Minister. Finance Minister, please. Finance Minister. Finance. No, Finance Minister. Raja. Listen to Finance Minister also replies.
I would like to ask.
Let me just speak for 5 minutes.
Listen to this. After this, listen to this also. Okay.
There is no conflict of interest between the Reserve Bank and the Government of India. Please.
You made the statement. I'm sorry.
No, please.
No.
Okay.
That there is conflict of interest between Reserve Bank of India and the government, that is the Finance Ministry.
Okay, well,
Second,
that's
okay,
you are
fine.
also on the record.
That's okay.
No, 1 minute, please. We are also on the record that we want to create equidistance agency to settle this conflict between the Reserve Bank of India and the Government of India.
All right.
The second part of your statement is correct. The first is not accurate. The conflict of interest is not between Government of India and the Reserve Bank of India. Between two kinds of functions to be performed between the Reserve Bank of India, is there a conflict? And if you manage to read all experts' reports on this subject, which I am sure you would, you realize what all experts' reports consistently in the last 2 decades have said. I made that statement in the Lok Sabha on basis of that. Just now, sir, a statement was made with regard to the number of PAN cards. Let me clarify. There is no fundamental right anybody has to deal in black money. And therefore, once every day we are being told for the last 11 months, please squeeze the amount of black money. And every time steps are announced, we find some step to wriggle out of that squeezing of black money. There are about 24 to 25 crore families in India. Some families have more than one PAN card. Overall, already 21 crore and not 2 crore, 21 crore PAN cards have been issued, of which only 7.5 lakhs are corporates. The others are with individuals. We are going to undertake a big campaign, including an online campaign, where you apply and within a short time you will get your PAN card online. Now, what are the limits to be fixed as to what kind of transactions are to be covered or otherwise is to be regulated by the rules. We've received a large number of representations. We'll go into those representations itself. Secondly, and then take an adequate decision. And therefore, we should all be informed by this reason that already, and this is not under this government, the last government had started this whole process of issuing PAN cards, and the entire campaigns which have been carried on, today 21 crore PAN cards do exist. So there is no panic situation that we may try and create. Secondly, each of the 5 laws which we sought to amend, some of which I withdrawn because of the PDMA withdrawal that I made in the Lok Sabha, are all legislations squarely covered within the meaning of money bill under Article 110. Let me just clarify this. Thirdly, with regard to indirect taxation, our policy is extremely clear, not very different from what the policy of the previous government was, that on indirect taxation we go in for India as one integrated market. That's the economic integration of India into one market, where 1/6 of the global population becomes one market, and therefore you have uniformity of taxation as far as indirect tax is concerned. You have free flow of goods and services. And today, when we are still recovering and we still face many challenges, we need to set the right signals to all investors within and outside. And therefore, what is being questioned, there are a series of reforms we have undertaken in the last 1 year. A large number of them my colleague, Mr. Sinha, just now read out. Let nobody question our ability. And therefore, when there is a fundamental agreement between all sections of society on policies, I would earnestly request all my friends, particularly in the UP and the Congress party, that those measures with regard to the indirect taxation reforms in the GST, which started under your government, should be therefore fully supported with a sense of pride and not with a sense of regret as to why we are supporting it. And therefore, I would urge you that if there is any better time, switching over from this session to the next session, which is a suggestion which I have overheard, would actually mean that we miss the deadline of 1st April 2016. And therefore, missing the deadline of 1st April 2016 will not be a correct signal to send at this stage. I would therefore urge you to kindly reconsider what your entire position has been. A large number of indirect, direct tax reforms we have made. I would not like to go into this, but two questions which have been just left out. One of the honorable members made a reference to Bihar, and he wanted a central university at Vikramshila as well as a skill university in Bihar, where a lot of students have to travel to other parts of the country. Two central universities were sanctioned during the UPA government also. We'll sympathetically certainly consider that demand. As far as the Mahatma Gandhi Setu is concerned, my colleague Shri Nitin Gadkari, the Minister for Surface Transport, has already initiated a project report on the Mahatma Gandhi Setu, and I hope something positive will come out. And on the last question, sir, I'll just read a one-page statement, because of...
Island in Odisha, sir. Island in Odisha, 399.83 crores. 2013 disaster management, Ministry of Home has already cleared. Already cleared.
Okay.
Time
A
and
lot
again,
has been
sir.
done for Odisha, but Mr. Bhupendra
2013,
Singh,
sir, it is only pending with
Okay,
you.
that's all.
Pending with you, sir. Filing memo, sir.
No, please. Okay, please.
sir,
No, please.
Let me, whenever I open my mouth, you come to.
No, he is not.
Why are
He
you
is
doing that?
standing.
No, this is not correct, sir.
No.
I submit.
No, he is
Let me get
speaking.
an answer from the minister.
No,
Let me get an answer from
No,
the
no,
minister
that is
about
not the way.
Andhra Pradesh Reorganization
No,
Act.
no, please.
Implementation.
I am not
Let him
allowing.
give a cut.
see what? Why are you doing like? Why you? This is not the way, Seelam. This is not the way, Seelam. What are you doing? See, because, see, if you want to ask clarification
Sir.
after he sits, you can ask. No, this is not the way. No. Mr. Singh, sit down. This is not the way. Now, see, this is not the way, please. This is not the way. Sit down. No, sit down. Mr. Singh,
sir, we'll certainly look into
No,
it.
please.
Don't worry, please.
sit down.
We'll certainly look into the matter. Sir, a lot of controversy in the last few days has been created on account of minimum alternative tax on foreign institutional investors. And I therefore want to read out a small statement in order to clear the complete air on this subject. A matter which has attracted considerable debate in public space in recent weeks is the levy of minimum alternative tax on foreign institutional investors. The difficulties experienced by the FIIs in this regard were brought to the notice of the government while we were preparing the budget for the year 2015-16. Considering the difficulty, the Finance Bill 2015-16 has provided exemption from MAT to the FIIs. It's already there in the Finance Bill as approved by the Lok Sabha. Naturally, when an exemption is given, it takes a prospective effect. In view of a ruling given by the Authority for Advanced Rulings in 2012, it was found not possible to provide a retrospective exemption for a prior period. Perhaps this matter should have been addressed in 2012 itself and resolved one way. The affected party has subsequently gone to the Supreme Court and the matter is pending in the Apex Court. Thus, it may be seen that as soon as the problem was brought to our notice, we resolved the issue with immediate effect as far as the prospective period is concerned. Recently, the affected party moved the Supreme Court for an early hearing. On behalf of the government, it was conveyed to the Supreme Court that the government has no objection to an early hearing, and we were also keen to a final settlement of the issue for a prior period by the Supreme Court. It is expected that the Supreme Court would fix an early hearing in this state. In the meantime, I have received a large number of representations on this whole issue. We have therefore decided to refer this matter as well as a few other tax issues, which are essentially legacy issues, to a committee headed by Justice A.P. Shah, the chairman of the Law Commission. The committee is requested to give its recommendations on the specific issues of MAT on FIIs expeditiously. The government will consider the recommendations of the committee and take an appropriate decision as early as possible. Let me reiterate once again that in matters of taxation, the government is fully committed to the principle of certainty of taxation, avoidance of retrospectivity, and providing an enabling environment to business and investment, both domestic and foreign. we will ensure that these principles are adhered to in letter and spirit. That's all I have to say, sir. With this, I commend that the bill be returned.
Okay. Would he care to make state-wise information available to all members of parliament on what the total resources available to the state before the 42% came into being and after the 42% has come into being, so that this dispute that resources have gone up, gone down, will get resolved once and for all? I would request the Honourable Minister to put it in the public domain.
States like some debt-stressed states like Punjab or Kerala or Bengal, even though some of these states like my state, we have managed to increase our tax collection by over 100% in the last 3 years without increasing taxes by bringing e-governance. So this GST thing is very important, not faff around now. We are committed in our last 3 manifestos. Can the finance minister give an assurance in the House that GST will come sooner rather than later?
Point of order, sir. The tradition in the parliament democracy always, when
You can ask a clarification, not a point of order.
When opposition
What is your
they have taken initiative, 15 pages issues have raised, and they couldn't have time. So I am requesting finance minister to give at least reply for me afterwards.
Okay.
Let him commit.
All right.
Otherwise, I won't sit. Sir,
All of you.
so many issues. Now Andhra Pradesh issue and so many issues. Sir,
will not be affected. But the definition expands going to the extent of saying the waiver, concession and reimbursements by state governments and central governments. Will it not affect the lower middle class? Kindly clarify.
sir, I want to.
Wait.
You will not respond to my.
No,
I won't sit, sir.
Let others-
I won't sit. I will not.
Others
answer.
also ask.
See, Honorable Finance Minister must respond. My issues, he must respond afterwards. If not now, they can give me
Subramanian.
afterwards in writing. After
Now take your
examining our
seat.
issues.
Let other, now Raja, you made your point. Raja.
Sir,
Put
sir,
a question.
1 second.
Yes,
yeah.
sit down. Others,
1 second, yeah.
sit down. Sit down, he will respond. Wait.
Sir, Chairman, sir, now Planning Commission is no more. Niti Aayog is in existence. What will happen to scheduled caste component plan and tribal sub-plan? And there is a demand for a central legislation to ensure the proper allocations for scheduled caste component plan and tribal sub-plan. What is the response of the government? Finally, I am asking you.
Okay.
All said and
Only
done.
one, not finally.
All said and done.
Not finally,
Is
not
your
final.
economic philosophy
Yes, yes.
different from them? There's
Okay, Raja, please. Yes.
फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर से सर मैं आदरणीय फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर साहब से एक क्लैरिफिकेशन चाहता हूं कि उन्होंने गन्ने के खेती को प्रोटेक्शन देने की बात की है, मगर विदर्भ के अंदर सबसे ज़्यादा कपास की खेती होती है, उसके बारे में सपोर्ट प्राइस जो उन्होंने कहा था उसके बारे में भी कोई बात नहीं कही है। आप जानते हैं कि विदर्भ के अंदर हजारों किसान लोग आत्महत्या कर रहे हैं, तो कृपया उसके बारे में भी खुलासा करें।
Okay. Anand Sharma. Finish. Over. You already asked. You already asked. Okay. Now, Minister, you already asked.
Not answered by the Honorable Finance Minister.
That is up to the minister.
About the commitments made.
No,
in
whether
this House.
answering or not is his job, I cannot say.
No, I was
Finance
insisting
Minister.
that he should answer.
Would you like to respond?
Yeah. Want to, Mr. Jairam Ramesh wanted to know whether we can make it available. Certainly, I'll make it available whenever he knows it's available for him or for any other member who wants the details. These are public documents. There is no question of any secrecy on these documents. Mr. Derek O'Brien wanted to know as to the commitment. It's been approved by the other house just yesterday, and therefore we will certainly bring it to this house, and I will ask him to use his good offices to persuade Mr. Anand Sharma that in view of the current entire economic situation, this would be the right signal to send at this stage. And we'll try our best to see that it's approved.
Anand Sharma
With
not-
regard to Mr. Ishwar Chand,
not Gulal
I
Nabi.
wanted to...
Anand Sharma,
Mr.
not Gulal Nabi. Honorable Finance Minister. Yeah, not Gulal Nabi Azad, Anand Sharma.
that includes both of us.
No, Mr. Ghulam Nabi Azad, I may succeed in persuading. I need Derek to persuade Mr. Anand Sharma.
I think that for the persuasion purposes, you are enough. But at the same time, I would like to say one thing, that Finance Minister did mention about it, about the deadline. No deadline would be broken. Deadlines can be kept because the other work, you can continue with that. We have discussed it. I don't want to start the discussion on that particular subject. When it is brought before the House,
Okay.
we will raise it.
All right.
I just have one clarification. And you may take your time when you are giving the numbers for the state allocation or the devolution. Please also look at the number, because the Minister of State had made a statement about the debt. What was the debt to GDP percentage? It was 63-64% in 2004, and it was 48% what you got. If I am wrong, please correct.
Okay. All right. You already asked.
I'll answer.
Minister knows. You already asked.
Sir,
Now, please. Please, please.
Sir, Mr. Bhupendra Singh has been agitating for a long time, and understandably so for his state, particularly with regard to some super cyclone money which he claims is spending. The high-level committee which exists, chaired by the Home Minister, looks after him. I'll personally have the matter looked into and bring it to his notice as to what the state of Odisha has been wanting. Your Honourable Chief Minister also has been in touch with us. We've resolved many Odisha issues. We'll try and resolve this issue also.
Sri Seelam also fighting. My Honorable Finance Minister. Sri Seelam also fighting.
Yes, I'm answering him.
Okay, okay. Sit down. You will answer. Sit down.
Sir,
Seelam, sit down. Sit down. You will answer.
Mr. Shiva wanted to know whether in the definition of the word income in the Income Tax Act, whatever is given to weaker sections of middle classes by terms of subsidies or other assistance by the state would also be included. It is not so. We've already issued a clarification saying it is only business income which is included. An LPG subsidy is not a business income which can be included in that. The SC/ST sub-plan, in terms of percentage, when the size of the budget itself goes down, in terms of percentage it remains the same, therefore everything goes down. But we've asked the states from amongst the increased allocations made to them also to make a similar contribution to it, so that the overall spending as far as SC/ST is concerned at least goes up. Under no circumstances is it going to come down, and we are going to keep that in mind. Lastly, sir, this question of Andhra Pradesh.
Please don't comment. Don't comment. No, please don't comment.
Sir,
No, please. No, Seelam, please. Seelam, what are you doing? Please. Seelam, what is
Sir,
this?
this issue has been raised by some of the honorable members. One by one, each one of the commitments which have been made to the states of Andhra Pradesh and Telangana are being abided by. With regard to the issue which also Mr. Jairam Ramesh has raised, once the act was passed, the Honorable Prime Minister at that time, Dr. Manmohan Singh ji, had made a certain announcement in the House. Thereafter, the 14th Finance Commission has taken another view. We are trying to reconcile the two situations and resolve it, but I can only assure you we will make sure that the interest of both the states, and since Andhra has been revenue deficit because of this change which has taken place, we will particularly also be concerned, and what we will do for the state in terms of what tax concessions we have already given, what furthermore we can do, we will certainly see to it that the best that can be done under the circumstances after taking a final view is done. Thank you.
Okay, I shall put the motion regarding consideration of the appropriation number 2 bill 2015 to vote. The question is that appropriation number 2 bill 2015 as passed by Lok Sabha be taken into consideration. Those in favor please say aye. Those against please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. The motion is adopted. We shall now take up close by close consideration of the bill, clauses 2 to 4 and the scheduled stand part of the bill. Those in favor please say aye. Those against please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Clauses 2 to 4 and the schedule are adopted. Clause 1, the enacting formula and the title and part of the bill. Those in favor, please say aye. Those against, please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Clause 1, the enacting formula and the title are adopted. Sri Arun Jaitley to move that the bill be returned. Please move that the bill be returned.
Sir, I move that the bill be returned.
Motion moved that the bill be returned. The question is that the bill be returned. Those in favor, please say aye. Those against, please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. The bill is returned. I shall now put the motion regarding consideration of the Finance Bill 2015 to the vote. The question is that the Finance Bill 2015 as passed by Lok Sabha be taken into consideration. Those in favor, please say aye. Those against, please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. The motion is adopted. We shall now take up clause by clause consideration of the bill. Clauses 2 to 160 and the first schedule do stand part of the bill. Those in favor, please say aye. Those against, please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Clauses 2 to 160 and first schedule to fifth schedule are adopted. Clauses 1, the enacting formula and the title stand part of the bill. Those in favor, please say aye. Those against, please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Clauses 1, the enacting formula and the title are adopted. Sri Arun Jaitley to move that the bill be returned.
Sir, I move that the bill be returned.
Motion moved that the bill be returned. The question is that the bill be returned. Those in favor, please say aye. Those against, please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. The bill is returned.